This is NVDA on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Tuesday. We ended the day at $130, up 4.35%. To the north side from where we are takes us to roughly 130.97. Another level of resistance, 131.96, and above that, should we be so lucky as to get to 4 standard deviations, 132.94. To the south side, back at the middle of the trend and the baseline, 129.06. Below that, 127.01. The blue line is VWAP at 126.90. -3 standard deviations and another potential buy-in area, 126.04, 125.09. And looking left, you can see the clear sell-off here at resistance, the buy-in back at support. Right here, this turns into resistance on the way back, selling down and buying in at support. So support here, 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 resistance here. And now, hopefully we get to this level and then we could go a little higher and then make our way back down for a potential leg up. But when I talked about it the last time, we were at 122.86. And that, let's see, right there to here is a 5.73% return. Not too shabby. Beats parking your money in a regular checking account. And there's a gap to the south side still in play. We are moving farther away from it on the 5-minute time frame. And let's flip this over to the 15 so I can see this better. No other gaps I am tracking. All of these gaps filled, and then we have one more down at 74.08. Don't hold your breath. On the 15, we are still going up as well. The 1-year price target is still 139.79. That's a 7.53% return from where we are, but when I tracked it on the 15th of August, that was a 13% return because we were down, I don't know, wherever we were when I tracked it here. Yeah, that looks like it right there when I did the last video. Or, yeah, at 122. Okay, so that is NVIDIA. Now I want to go to, let me flip this to the 5. Pan W, Palo Alto. I just did a video on this one as well, so I want to recap what has happened. So today is Monday night, and we had an earnings report, and we reported 2.189 billion. The estimate was 2.162 billion. For a surprise of $27 million. And so when I tracked that on Sunday night for Monday, we were at 334.11, and we went up 2.77% today. The high 44.48 is the high, and then we ended the day here. So let me clean this up. First, I'm going to mark out where we ended. Oops. All right. So your price targets are now, and note the downward channel we are in. 345.49, 348.99, 352.26. VWAP is 341.31. Middle of the trend, another level of support, 338.74. And 331.87. 328.39 and 325. But I want to see something. So when I talked about it, thank you to Marat for pointing the earnings out, the earnings report to me. And that was a 3.4% gain there. And this gap touched right there on Monday out of the gate. So there was the start of Monday. So this is no longer in play. To the upside, 342.36. That gap is done. This one is done. And let me flip this over to the 15 here. Why did I draw? That's that big bopper gap. That's the long term here, taking us to 364.88. Boy, I really stretched this one out. I'm going to move this to right here for now. All right, and when will we hit? That's the 15 going up, but on the 5, no, we're slightly going down. So something to be aware of to the upside, but this thing is going to make you work for it. All right, the next one I want to go over, recap, is SPY. Talk about some of the gaps. So when I last talked about it on Sunday night for Monday, we were at 554.31, and I talked about this gap, but let me give you the price targets for Tuesday first. All right, we are at the middle of the trend and at resistance. 563.42, 565.30, 567.13. VWAP is at 557.24, 556.11, 554.16, and 552.38. So this gap is still in play. We are moving farther away from it. And again, all day long, price will stay within -2 and 2 standard deviations, and anything outside, it will typically fall back in line. So we grazed this area. Well, not really. I take that back. We were off by there. The high was 61, almost 30 cents there. Almost touched it. No cigar, but very close. I think we'll attempt. See, whenever I don't copy exactly this, then I just kind of put the price tag on it. Let me move that down to 82. Keep it consistent. I'll just delete this one. All right. And I'll just delete that one too. I think definitely if we continue to go up on the 5-minute time frame, we will get to here, if not close this out Monday. Fingers crossed. Or Tuesday. And let me take this over to the 15. So this has closed out. I haven't gone back to update the chart because I did a YouTube short video on it, so you don't get to say much regarding that, just the quick facts. 541.87 to the upside, and from down here to here, that is resistance. We fell down, made another attempt back up at resistance in the middle of the trend. So that's done, no longer in play. And what's going on with this one? This one that I talked about also. I need to clean up my chart that touched there on August the 9th, no longer in play to the upside as we slowly made our way up. And this gap to the downside is still a threat to our account, but we are moving farther away on the 15. And what else? Here's an open something. If I have a price tag on it, I know that I need to clean this up. So this was just a small gap that closed pretty quickly. So that's done. Again, just cleaning up the chart, making it nice and pretty. So that's done. Really, I need to do this on the daily. See all these green price labels? I need to go back and clean up the chart. All right, so that's it for SPY. So I did Palo Alto, SPY. Oh, I need to recap AMD, another ticker that Murat pointed out to me. And I see immediately a couple gaps that still need to be filled for tomorrow. Oops, stay on page. Option R, I always do that. Ignore all the horizontal lines. So we ended the day at 155.28, up 4.52%. So resistance is at 157.49, 158.87, 160.16, 152.54 is VWAP. That's another level of support from where we are. 151.09, 149.80. And the last time I talked about it, a day ago, price was at 148.56. They had some good news. AMD announced it was buying a company for, I think, $4 billion. AMD with, let's see. Oh, here. The stock traded higher after the company agreed to acquire ZT Systems, a provider of AI. I swear, anytime you say the word AI, what a joke. Whether it's making money, you're spending money, whatever, it runs, it pops, and then you're left holding the bag because then it deflates because they haven't done anything. They're just buying a company. So infrastructure for hyperscale computing companies in a cash and stock transaction valued at $4.9 billion. So that's why they ran. Who cares the reason, right? So long as it runs. And Palo Alto, the company exceeded earnings and revenue estimates for 4 consecutive quarters. And again, Murat expected that to happen, and it certainly did. So that is awesome. And he's also into AMD, SCMI, and Google. And I'll go over Google in a second here because now I think Google is the last one that I want to go over for his tickers that he mentioned. So, wait, did I already do this? No. 157.63, and if I did, I got sidetracked. Oh well. 158.90, 160.21, 152.54 there. Oh yeah, I think I did. And then this gap. Still a wound, a landmine to the south side at 140.86. The 1-year price target, as I had mentioned previously, 186.94, a 20% return from where we are. And I think that is it for the gaps I'm tracking. I'll have to flip this onto a different time frame later. Let's go with Google. Oh, did you see that? There was a gap right here. I'll clean that up later. I think I saw that right about, yeah, we gapped from here to here today. I'll clean that up a little bit. But somewhere around there, you can obviously mark that out for yourself so you know where we could be heading. You don't need an analyst to tell you. Just read the charts yourself And if you're learning, you will figure this out. It's so easy. Up 2.28%. Oops, it goes on this one. Okay. 167.68. 168.28. 168.92. 165.27. VWAP is 165.57. Actually, I'm going to delete this because I really need to be more precise. And this stuff is in my way now. But I'll draw it out later. 164.69 and 164.06. The 1 year price target is 205.29, which represents a 23% return from where we are. So note the sell-off at resistance, bounce at support, resistance, support coming down, and then back up. This is resistance. And we were up here and we fell back down too. It's been forever since I've looked at, let's go to the 1 hour, Google. I really don't look at the tickers. I don't really trade, but when someone points it out to me, especially if it's a buy, I love it. So I have to clean up all of these, see all of these gaps to the downside because we gapped up, filled to the downside. So let's start with this bottom one. Okay, so you can play gaps all day long, get in and get out, set a stop limit. This is no longer a threat to our account to the south side. And what did I do? Okay, that is done. So it's very tedious, but if you draw this out, it makes your probability of hitting your target a little bit better. I play gaps all the time, but I haven't done it lately because I have been extremely busy working on my rentals, dealing with tradespeople who are the flakiest people, some of the flakiest people. It's just awful. I would love to be a tradesperson and actually give great customer service. Why is that so hard? It is so hard to find somebody that's consistent, and when you do, you have to reward them and keep them. It's very frustrating. All right, that's enough of a diatribe. Okay, so that's Google. Oh, let's do SOFI really quick because we ran like crazy. I'm in this one as well. This is on the hourly chart. So because I'm here, I'm just going to tell you we're at 746. So on the hourly, your window is 803, and then back to the south side at the baseline is 715. And this one takes us down to 695. Oh, sorry, that was the gap up. Oh, that's already closed right there. I'll clean that up on the 5-minute time frame because I mark it out on the 5 and it's more precise. So let's give you the targets on the 5. $7.46. All right. So your targets for Monday. Finally, nice to see this ticker turn around because it's been a nightmare. But obviously, if you're trying to buy the dip, it's been great. But if you're not, okay. The target to the north side, 757, where I previously bought, and at 759. So if we get here and we run to here, I'm just going to dump my shares for this level that I bought. I'm pretty sure I'm going to. We'll see if I really do it. It's so hard for me to dump my shares, but it's so easy to buy. I hate to give it up. It's hard. 741, 737, 726, 718, 710. And then this one to the downside. I'll just mark this out that I talked about over the weekend when I marked out my gap and go trades. So we're down to 7 here. Okay, if we're down to 7, I'll buy in. So I'll sell up here and maybe buy back down here. But we've got this one still in play also at 662 and then 633. So there are opportunities if we fall back down and reverse course. So this closed out at 695. No, wrong one. Let me pull this one there and fix that one. So this touched out of the gate on Monday. So that's done at 713. 695 is where it started. All right. We've got other gaps to fill, but we're not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. But unfortunately, we have gaps to the south side, so we're not done going down either. But right now, a nice channel to the upside. And this gap still in play, and potentially we could hit this gap maybe at the end of the week if we continue to climb. And that's it. Okay. That's it for SOFI. I wonder if I should do, let me just look at Bit. Okay, one last one. I really should stop. Okay, so this is where I marked the middle of the trend one time when I looked at it. So because this is a moving target, I'm just going to place this on the 5 right here at 60,964. Okay, I'm calling it good there because it's going to move the minute I change. All right. So 6174, 61,594, 62,038 VWAP, 60,527, 60,322, 59,429, 58,983, and finally 58,571 to the south side. Now, I'm going to mark out the middle of the trend right now. Again, this is a moving target, but this just kind of helps me figure out where I am potentially headed. So if we bounce around all over the place, it could bounce off this as well as for support. Now I'm going to show you the big picture on the daily. It's been a long time since I looked at this one. Okay, see, we bounced here. That was the middle before. So on the daily, the upside is all the way to 71,886. Do they do, what do they, nah, they don't give a price target, of course not. And then to the south side, 57,450. This used to be the middle of the trend. Oh no, middle of the trend, oops, resistance and support. So we've fallen down here. This used to be the middle on the 5. Actually, I marked this up on the 5. Hard to see. Okay, I'm talking to myself, confusing everybody but myself. Okay, let's go back to the 5 and show you. I had to see the big picture. So middle of the trend, resistance and support. But now this is the middle of the trend currently. So I'm going to say we are going to stay within this channel for a little while until we break out of it. All right, that does it for me. Congratulations if you made some money off of SPY, AMD, Palo Alto, SOFI. And if there's a ticker you want me to go over, please let me know.